Cheers, guys. If I were to point out one thing that I learned in 2020, it is the fact that there are so many things that I am not in control over, and there are so many things that are not in my hands in this world. We have lived out a scenario this year that I must admit I did not really think was even possible. So for me as well, COVID-19 is one of the things that impacted my life and what I experienced in 2020 the most. And it also in some situations gave me a bit of tunnel vision that I will get back to. But I wanted to sit down again this year and to film a small video on my year, looking back, reflecting, and it is mostly for my own sake. I last night sat down and watched my video from 2017, and it was such a weird thing to watch and so much fun to hear like me talk about my year and what I had learned and what I was looking forward to. So I hope that you will grab something to drink, sit down, and I'll talk a little bit about my own 2020. So in January 2020 I started out as a very new business owner, trying to get used to tax stuff,
not here today. I have
finances,
quite a lot of work.
Running a boutique, just trying to make all the ends meet also financially. It was not also the easiest beginning of the year after I had absolutely emptied the bank account to open up this space. In January I was also invited to come to Tidenssamling. I was going to be dressed in these gorgeous dresses, and I was basically just going to be walking around as a model throughout the day. And it was such a lovely experience. I also in January did a presentation at HF where I talked about being self-employed and like the pros and cons and the work that I had put into making it to where I was. That was also so much fun. It's actually something I would love to have done more in 2020, but it was obviously not possible due to COVID-19. So the first couple of months were basically just like work, getting used to everything. And then on the 13th of March, Denmark shut down on the same day as I went on the first date with a guy that we are gonna name E. I'm gonna call him E. And it was a lovely date. We met up to just go for a walk. He was fun. I thought he was really good looking. He had a He had a very masculine expression, a beard, he had long hair. He looked like a Viking. I really liked his look. And since Denmark was gonna shut down, we were told not really to see many people. We decided to kind of turn into a corona couple. We obviously liked each other and we wanted to date, but you really pretty quickly had to make a decision about, okay, are we then gonna see each other and then not see anybody else, because you were not really supposed to see many people at this point. We were told to have a circle of up to 10 people, and so we just decided that he was gonna be one of my 10 people and vice versa. So we saw each other from the 13th of March when the world got crazy and people were like buying all of the toilet paper, and it was crazy. It was at a time where people didn't really know what to expect from this pandemic, how terrible it was gonna get, how much you were in danger. We were all just pretty scared. To me, being a new business owner, that meant that I really put on my work clothes and got into working. So I just worked from morning to evening, did as much as I could to stay above water. I just opened up my boutique, like emptied my bank account. I knew that there were work to get done. So over like months, all I really did was to work, and then to not work, I was spending some time with E. But obviously the relation ended. In late July we agreed that we were not the couple, we were not a good match on the long run. We were very different people. I am pretty ambitious, I work a lot, I prioritize work a lot. To me it's not just work, it's kind of a lifestyle, and it's a passion. Where he was at a very different place. He was still studying, he was drinking a lot, partying a lot, didn't really know if he was studying what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. He was just in a very different place than I was. The drinking took up like too much of his time in my perspective, because I had pretty much no time for drinking and my focus was somewhere else. So in late July it came to an end, and it was not easy. I really liked him and I felt such like a comfort and calm when I was with him, but we had to face the facts. It was not going to work out, and so it ended. It was also around summertime. I had my first couple of designs that launched. That was a big thing.
Than the one that I'm wearing. I'm wearing the sample
for me.
piece.
I'm sitting
that
in
is
front of one
always
of the
the
dresses
first
here
piece to
the
kind
end
of
dress
show what the
that
shape
was
is gonna be.
the first time that I could say this is like my design, and I could open up the new chapter in this whole self-employed journey, where to begin with I could not just sell my own designs because it's a long progress. It costs a lot of money to get started. So having my first dress here, even though it came later than I was hoping, it was probably not even really summer then anymore, but it was a big thing, a big day when it happened. So what about love? Well, just a couple of weeks after my relation to E ended, I met my perfect match. Never been on a date where the conversation it was just a flow, and we had so much in common. I really thought, like afterwards, I had to really tone down how I felt. I remember I went to my mom's after. Like, me and this guy, we had met up at 9 in the morning on a Sunday to go for a walk before it was gonna get really hot, really warm outside. It was a heat wave, and we ended up chatting and spending the day together until 1:30, I think. So a pretty long first date. And afterwards at my mom's, I remember that I just had to tone down how I felt, to not put too many expectations in her mind as well, because I was like, wow, I think that's the guy. But to get back to my tunnel vision, I think work just took all of my focus this year. I was not really in the moment when I was seeing him. I didn't really prioritize him enough. I mean, I'd been working non-stop for a year. My last week off was in August 2019. And so this whole corona thing, the stress that I had been in when it comes to not really knowing what was gonna happen, it was all building up to me just having this tunnel vision where we just got further and further away from each other instead of getting to know each other more. And in the end I ruined it by being too busy and not being present when we were together. So the first dates ended up being probably the first, or like the best time that we ever had together. So I spent quite some time just trying to figure out like what had been going on. I think we ended up seeing each other for 3 months. Again, where is my head? I can't even say, like a guy I was seeing a couple of months ago, how long we got to see each other, because that is how stressed my mind has been. But yeah, over I think 2 months out of 3, I was just trying to figure out why it had started so great, and then I had just like my emotions had just shut off, like a touch of a switch. Is that the expression? So that ended as well, and I think that is the last like bigger thing that has happened this year. Then I continued working, tunnel vision. I just continued working on my dreams. I mean, the boutique has been closed for most of 2020, and when it's been open, it's been really hard to get people down here because we have had nowhere to go. Like, nobody were going on vacations, nobody were going to a wedding or a bigger celebration, so it's been really hard to keep the boutique like going. But I still had my web shop, luckily, and I had designs coming in that I could share with you guys and share with the world. And if it wasn't for building up my own brand this year, I really have no idea what would have made me go through this year. It's been so lonely. I work most of the time alone, so I spent a lot of time alone every day. I have not been able to go to badminton practice for a long time because of coronavirus. I live alone. I'm single. It's just been a year. So if it wasn't for my designs and having this creative space where I'm filming this video, I honestly don't know how I would have gone through 2020. And sometimes when I've thought about if I were to get sick and I have to go home and do nothing for 2 weeks, I don't know how I would have handled that mentally. So it's been a weird year. I have learned this year that I have to learn to balance out work life and personal life more, both for relationships, both love relationships and friendships. I need to prioritize them more, but I need to do that by balancing out my work time. So that is something I need to figure out in 2021. It's a goal of mine. So yeah, overall it's been a year of appreciation for what has been developed here, but it's also been a year where I feel like my personal life has been standing still. So what a year it's been. It's been one of those that has definitely been written into history. So I would love to end this video on a positive note. Leave down below the best thing that happened to you in 2020, because for many people it's been a really difficult year. So I would love to know the best thing that happened to you. If it's even being the tiniest thing, I would love to read that. And like, make sure to read each other's comments and leave some love. It would be perfect. So I'm gonna leave a small discount code here on the screen to 10% off anything that you like on the web shop. So if you watched till now, this is the discount code. It's for you because you're amazing, and thank you so much for a lovely year, and I hope that you will continue watching in 2021. We'll see what's gonna happen. I have many ideas ahead on my plate, and I would like to reopen the boutique at some point when coronavirus is over. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for a lovely, difficult, weird year, and let's kick ass in 2021. Cheers, guys. I'll get strangled in this dress when I sit down. Luckily you can't see it, this dress is open in the back now. The last thing I'm going to do to round up 2020 is to open up some late Christmas presents that I got in the mail yesterday, and they are from London, and this is the loveliest letter that I'm gonna keep. I always keep all the letters I'm sent, by the way, if you don't happen to know. I'm also the person who will print screen all of the like fan art redoing of my pictures that I've ever made on Instagram. I always print screen them and keep them. So I've been sent some lovely presents. This was also in the package. It's so festive. I'm gonna bring it to New Year's Eve with my mom. We have these lovely presents that are wrapped. I'm just gonna open one at a time. This is such a beautiful package, but I don't know what it is. It's lime crime. I've heard. Whoa, this color. Whoa, look at this, guys. Those colors are so beautiful. I love this like bright purple one. It's amazing. I can't believe you've sent me lime crime. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, next one. Oh, I'm excited now. I'm gonna miss this, like opening presents. Revolution. Makeup Revolution London. I am so spoiled. Oh. Another gorgeous palette. I need to learn how to contour and highlight properly. Oh, my sister is gonna get so jealous of this one. That is so stunning. Ooh, Lindt chocolate. Definitely gonna bring these to New Year's Eve tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much. Extra dark chocolate, hazelnut, milk and white chocolate. Thank you. And a small one, super cute as well. Oh, this is already like way too much. Play matte waterproof bronzer. Okay, this is the coolest packaging. It's like shiny golden. Wow, lovely bronzer. Gorgeous. This packaging is so beautiful. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, guys. You've been the best in December. I can't believe this, like this is crazy. Thank you. I'm gonna see you next year, or when you're watching this, it is 2021. But I'm gonna see you all soon. Bye, guys.